Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. Thanks to all for being here. July is a really cool month. We have a lot of astrological transits happening. We have a Venus retrograde going on. We have a nodal transit going on. Chiron is retrograding as well. So I think it's going to be kind of an eventful month, but it's going to be really, really good at the same time for most of us. So these videos are tarot predictions, so be sure to watch your sun, moon, or rising sign, whichever resonates with you the most. If you're here for love, you can also check out your Venus sign. I will be posting astrology videos as well, but I'm going to start posting those around the middle of the month so we can kind of cover the transition from one sign into the next. So in that video, I will absolutely be talking at length about the Venus retrograde, the nodal transits, and all the other things that are going on. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you want to be notified, please be sure to hit the little subscribe button with the little bell so you can see that notification. I've been getting so many messages of people asking me, Jane, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And I've been here. So just make sure you hit that because I think some people just aren't seeing my videos pop up. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading. You guys know I love you. Have an amazing month. Take care. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a card that signifies what the universe needs from you this month. So what is it that the universe needs from you? We have the Chariot. Now, when this card comes out, it makes me get a feeling of fearlessness. And there's a component of focus and discipline, determination and ambition. Now, that can be applied in big doses or small doses. It doesn't have to mean that you have to, really push the pedal to the metal here. It just means that whatever your goals are and whatever the most important thing is throughout July, that there's a strong likelihood that you are going to achieve it or accomplish it because of how determined and focused you actually are. The Chariot usually has a lot of momentum with it. I suspect this is something that's already been going on, that there's already quite a lot of momentum already been built up. So you're just kind of capitalizing on that momentum throughout July. It could be a month of substantial achievement, like where you look back in August and you're like, okay, I really did that thing. Good for me. Pat on my back. And it might be something really personal and private. It doesn't necessarily mean that the whole world knows about it. But I think this is something that's going to be meaningful and important for you and your family and your, finances and your resources and just kind of your overall path. So this is an excellent beginning. And I know this is technically a card of Cancer, or the card that is connected with the Zodiac sign of Cancer. But I do love this card from this deck for Sagittarius because of the horses. And obviously you have an equine connection there. So it makes me feel like you're at home. You're in your home environment. You're doing things that you're already strong in. Okay, you're not having to focus on all your weaknesses and all the things that aren't working. It's quite the opposite, actually. Focusing on the things that are working and focusing on those strengths. Okay, so what else for Sagittarius for July? We have in the environment, so this is someone other than you, we have a King of Cups, which I love because they are so chill. And this is not someone who is trying. Now, this is actually a pretty common message that I'm feeling for this month. This King of Cups is not someone who's trying to get involved or get in the way. But it does feel like they are solid, high-quality individuals that are self-aware. Now, one thing about the King of Cups, this person might not be as materialistically accomplished as you are trying to be yourself. But I do think the strength of the King of Cups here is more to help you reflect on what you have going on inside, okay? This person feels kind of like a high quality mirror. Sometimes it's a little too high quality, but it does feel like a high quality mirror. Now, we have Venus in her pre-shadow, and she will officially station retrograde on the 22nd of July. And whenever Venus is involved, it's really, really, really common to have other people reflecting things back to us. So that's just something to be expected. But for you, this is happening in your 9th house, which does tell me that there is some kind of a profound learning or profound awakening that is in store for you. And it's likely going to get channeled through another person. All right, so if someone is dropping some truth bombs into your life, I think that's right on par. That's exactly what needs to be happening, because those truth bombs likely are helping this chariot to, propel itself forward and for you to actually achieve the goal. All right. So what else does Sagittarius need to know here for the month of July? We have the 9 of Coins, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Wands. All right. I love that the Queen of Swords is face to face, like they're actually looking at one another with the King of Wands. To me, this feels like exactly what I was talking about. It feels like the mirror. Now, I know you're a fire sign, and normally I would say, okay, you're coming out as the King of Wands. However, I actually feel like you're coming out more like the Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords, she's not out here trying to get in her own way just because someone is telling her something maybe hard to hear, or someone is opening their mind in a way that's hard to have it opened, or something along those lines. A Queen of Swords is really discerning, and she's able to just hear what people have to say. She's able to observe and watch what people are doing. And then she's able to make up her own mind over the course of time. She's not a quick decision maker, but when she does make a decision, it is swift and it is final. And I think this is a place that Sagittarius really needs to be when it comes to whatever this thing is that has a lot of momentum, because this is your life, right? This is your life. This is your future. And I look at this 9 of Coins and I say, well, Sagittarius is needing to really stand on their own. And many of you already have been for a big period of time. But I think this is something about like self-accountability. Now, what I will tell you, Jupiter in the 6th house, and I probably mention it every month. The reason why I keep mentioning Jupiter, not only is it your ruling planet, but this is really the first time that I think Jupiter is really strong and prominent, and we can actually really enjoy the benefits of Jupiter. It's been a tough Jupiter situation for the past several years. And I don't think Jupiter has really been in the right position to expand our lives in the way that it normally does. I'm not saying you didn't experience growth. I think we all did, but it was more personal. It was more inside. It was more spiritual for a lot of people. So this is more about materialistic growth for Sagittarius, I think, and taking their life up a few notches. But there are certain things that you are going to have to hold yourself accountable for. Jupiter in the 6th, this is a transit of self-mastery. This is not a time for Sagittarius to rely upon or be codependent on anybody. Not saying that you are, but I'm just saying this is a time to like really look at yourself and what you are doing to contribute to the momentum of this chariot. Okay. And if the King of Wands is, let's say, a spouse or a significant other or a business partner or a creative consultant or whatever, I think they've got your back 100%. I do feel that Sagittarius has some extraordinarily high quality people in their corner. They're not going to let you get away with stuff, but they 100% are going to be your cheerleader. And I think Sagittarius can really use that right now. There's something solid about these kings. They feel solid. They feel grounded. And when there's a lot of movement in our lives, sometimes we need these types of people to help us kind of keep our head on straight, to help us to kind of, run ideas by them and brainstorm with them and get other perspectives and, just to help us work through certain problems so that the achievement really can come to fruition. So this King of Cups feels a little bit more spiritual, where this King of Wands feels a little more creative, more strategic. Both of these could be from the same person. It could be multiple people that you're working with here, but they are all coming into your life specifically to help you make the absolute best decisions. Okay, so what else for Sagittarius for July? What else do we see? High Priestess, see the Two of Wands. See, exactly, there is some kind of a decision that's needing to be made this month. Going into July, watching this reading before the month hits, you might not quite know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had many people, especially lately over the past year, tell me that my readings, me personally, are they make a lot more sense looking backwards. Sometimes when we go into these months, we have absolutely no idea what's on the docket. And then we get through it and we look back and we're like, oh yeah, that really did happen. So if you don't know what this quote unquote big decision or this crossroads or this choice is that you're going to need to face going into July, chances are it will surface during that time. And with the High Priestess present, it does tell me how much you should be trusting your intuition with all of this. These people, these kings, they're not here to make the decisions for you ultimately. They're just here to help you understand yourself. And probably, especially the King of Cups, is going to be here to help you make sense of the abstract way that our intuition communicates with us sometimes. Because sometimes our intuition isn't clear. Sometimes we wonder, is it fear? Am I just insecure? Is this a trauma thing? Am I wounded? And that's why, like, sometimes we need help kind of sifting through all of that. Is it really what I'm feeling? Or is it just what I think I should be feeling? Or is it a response from something else? And a King of Cups, usually a King of Cups, this is like a Scorpio card, by the way. And a lot of times that scorpionic energy, which is known for its ability to dig deep and get psychological, can really cut to the chase, cut through all the BS and be like, Sag, this is your problem. This is where the hang up is. This is the roadblock. This is the mental gymnastics that you're doing in order to avoid that. And I do think, especially the King of Cups, is going to have a lot of enlightening things to say that help you understand yourself better, so that whatever this choice is a lot more simple and you feel better about making this choice. Sometimes with that Two of Swords, we overthink it and we project too many scenarios that would probably never happen. Right? We're trying to think of all of the unintended consequences of something. And when we're doing that, what we're actually doing is concocting reasons to not do it because we're afraid or something. Okay, so it's important to keep it real and to keep it calm and cool and collected. And I think the King energy is exactly here to help do that. So we have a Five of Wands. I don't know why I didn't pull out 3 cards before. Let's just pull out the remaining 3. Yeah. So the High Priestess and the Moon together, it does tell me that Sagittarius is facing what I call a big question mark. When I was very first reading the tarot or learning the cards, or I started doing these YouTube videos, I would call the Moon the big question mark. And I kind of got away from that interpretation. And for whatever reason lately, that's been resurfacing in my mind. The big question mark of the tarot, the unknown future, the unknown realm of what could be. And sometimes that can be debilitating, but I actually think with the Magician right next to it, that this is exactly what you've asked for. The Chariot, like I say, this momentum has already been building. And that momentum built from an original intention. It was already your intention to go out and do and achieve something. So I feel like this Moon is going to be that hesitation that you experience right before the big finale. It's kind of like, if we could use a very base and simple example, it's like the cold feet, quote unquote. Oh, you're getting married, you've got cold feet. and you start getting all the questions and you have the doubts. And that's what I mean with that High Priestess. It can be abstract, and it's going to be difficult for you to filter out what your truest voice is actually saying, because there can be a lot of dialogue sometimes with this moon card present. It's not only that you're facing a big question mark in your path, but you're also asking yourself a lot of questions. Well, what if this? And what if that? Well, what if so-and-so says this? Well, what if they react that way? And what if this? What if this? What if this? King's here to help you stay raw and honest. Help you to say, well, is this just conjecture? Probably most of it is. Helping you to stay with your 2 feet on the ground without spinning out of control. And it is important with this Magician card to remember that, like, this was the path. This was what you had always intended the whole time. And maybe you didn't necessarily know that you were going to come to this big crossroads or have this big choice. You know, maybe you didn't really foresee that, and yet here you are. And maybe to a degree, because the sun transiting through Cancer is 8th house activation for you. We also have Saturn retrograde in the 4th house, and especially 8th house is transformative. We tend to lose an aspect of our identity. We lose an aspect of self. And with this 5 of Wands, it tells me that there is some substantial inner conflict. Sometimes inner conflict can manifest externally with our friendships and our family members and our siblings and our spouses and children. You know, if we are having doubts, it's easy to kind of spout that off toward other people. I wouldn't be surprised if this 5 of Wands happened. I never think the 5 of Wands is really that big a deal. It can be annoying to deal with. Yeah, you have an argument with someone, you have a, heated discussion, if you will. You don't see eye to eye. Someone has an opinion about this, or they want you to do that, whatever the case is. But this never truly detracts a person normally. It's just a lot of noise, and probably that noise is a reflection from a lot of the questions that you're asking yourself as well. Even more so how important this King of Cups is in your life, and even the King of Wands. Because they're going to be able to be like, oh, don't worry about those people. Don't worry. They're going to help ease your mind. They're going to help you to find peace, help you to stop worrying and stop having that anxiety, and do what a Sagittarius really does best, which is this Hanged Man thing, which is just kind of go with the flow. And as much as I know that Sagittarius, you can have a very direct path, you are still a mutable sign. You are Jupiter ruled, which mutables tend to be flexible. They tend to meander. They tend to go and then go this other way and then come back later on. And it's a very cyclical kind of stuff. It's not always known for being a straight shot. So unless you have a ton of cardinal or fixed energy in your chart, the wandering energy might be really prominent right now. But the Hanged Man says, first of all, it's okay to take your time with whatever this choice is or whatever this decision is. It's okay to take your time to help you sort out what's really going on. But also, when you know, you know. And if you have to talk to someone because maybe this achievement or whatever depends on someone else, just have the discussion. And I think right now with Mercury coming through Cancer and Leo, this is also before it was in Gemini, it was such an excellent time. It is such an excellent time to talk about real stuff. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Cancer and Leo are the only luminary ruled signs. Okay, ruled, not exalted. And when luminaries are involved, it is about you. It's about you and your perspective and your personalized experience. Okay, so talking about your point of view can be helpful. Other people can do it from their point of view. And when you each come out and talk about your own individualized points of view, this is going to help everyone have more information to make better decisions. So if it does involve someone, this is a great time. I'm going to tell you, when Mercury comes into Virgo, which by the way happens on the 28th of July, it's going to be a little bit off, okay? Because Mercury in Virgo, plus we have a Mercury retrograde in Virgo. And that Mercury retrograde is going to be very chaotic. So if you want straightforward, now is the time. All right? And allow things to come into your consciousness. Allow your mind to be open. Take your time making decisions, because I know that you only want to make the decision once and you only want to take action once. Sagittarius is not trying to go back and circle back and redo anything, and I don't think the astrology supports that at all. All right, so you want to do it smart, you want to do it well, so make sure you have your consult people ready and available for you. Okay? All right, let's pull out an oracle card, and then we'll pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to use this deck. Actually, technically, this is a tarot deck, but I like the words they use. Let's see here. Material and spiritual prosperity, which the Chariot, that's what it's all about anyway. And one thing I love about this card for Sagittarius specifically, because you're Jupiter ruled, Jupiter is one of those planets that does not discern between spiritual and material. Right? That there are one and of the same. I think Sagittarius often operates with that kind of, that kind of mindset, that there is no difference. Material is just what the soul is trying to experience, and therefore it makes it a spiritual experience. That's all there is truly. So I am feeling like you're going to make the right decisions that you know you're going to make anyway. You're going to make your way through the noise, and it's going to be successful. Chariot is also a card of victory and success, so I see absolutely no reason why this is not going to work out really, really well for you. Okay? All right, let's pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards in the comprehensive reading, which is a link. It will be found in the description box down below. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome to do so. So we have the Devil card. We have Ace of Wands, beautiful, and the Star. I don't even mind that Devil that much. In the environment, we have a Knight of Cups, a Death card, and Tower. Alrighty. So for the 9 of Coins, we have another Tower, okay. Six of Cups and the 10 of Wands. The Tower feels like new information to me. Like you're going to be dealt some new information. We have the Fool, and then you're going to have to deal with this new information. 6 of Swords and 7 of Coins. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and 4 of Swords. Another King of Cups. See, I knew there was a connection. Sometimes it works like that. I told you the connection with the High Priestess. Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, okay. 5 of Wands. This is coming out quite dramatic. All right, another King of Wands. Page of Cups, 9 of Swords, and 3 of Cups. Page of Wands. I love that for you with that Moon card. A Knight of Coins. Ace of Swords. Another Death card. Ace of Cups. 6 of Wands. A card of victory and success. The Sun. The Emperor. And the Knight of Wands, which is the Sagittarius card. What a great way to end this reading. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. Again, the link is in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love you. Have an amazing July, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.